Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel, welcome back to War Warhammer 2. So, I'm thinking that these people from Avalorn aren't going to actually leave the Gaian Vale, so I'm going to try and entice them into doing a little bit of a reckless thing here. So I'm going to move my army out over to here. It's not 100% complete yet, and actually I want to move a bit further back, but what I'm hoping I can do is get them somewhere where they can get to my army, get beaten, retreat, and then have to force march back to Gaian Vale, but not quite make it to the city. So, honestly, I don't think that I can quite get that exactly in the right spot, but whatever. I'll be replenishing some troops there. Looks like they are starting to get bolt throwers as well, which is a really unfortunate thing. It's going to make it a lot harder for me to deal with them. Generally speaking, if I wanted to take out a force with bolt throwers, what I actually want is a full, like, elite stack, rather than what I've currently got here. Looks like they're going to go steal my technology, which is annoying, but not that unreasonable. Yeah, so that's going to make it take it longer for me to research things. It's not great. One of the other things that could happen is that they go and attack my city there, and what'll happen in that case is I will probably be able to just swoop around and start taking them out. Looks like Illyrian is getting pretty freaking huge. I'm going to start sucking up to them really, really hard, because I think it's going to be ultimately easier to just confederate them. They're taking out pretty much all of their other adversaries, so... Alright, Pirates of Sartosa, still cruising around. Sure, whatever. There's no real way for them currently to actually get through the Glittering Tower, even if they bring in 2 full stacks. I don't think they'd be able to do it. Well, maybe they'd be able to do it, but it's got some good elite troops, it's got bolt throwers and stuff like that. You just wait for them to breach the wall somewhere, or get through the door or the main gate, and then have it set up to fire right through that corridor. And then it causes quite a lot of damage that way. Although you could end up having your bolt throwers fire at the wrong part of the enemy unit and then just screwing you over really badly, but whatever. Yeah, so this guy I probably have to deal with, but...
Shield against the darkness.
Okay, so one of the things I could potentially do here is hit the ambush stance. And what could happen here is these guys might decide that it's hard to... 2 Ithilmar chariots. Interesting. Okay, yeah, they might decide that's actually too hard to deal with me right now, but if I've got this here, then they might decide that it's, actually... What might be even better is for me to just siege out Gaian Vale. They'll have an extra set of troops, and they've got those chariots, and they've got, I guess... Yeah, I'm not sure that's a worthwhile thing to try and siege them out if they've got the bolt throwers, because if they attack me with the really good garrison that they've got there, then it's going to be too hard, so I think we leave that be. Alright, let's go ahead and check out what we got everywhere else. I don't think I can really build much right now, since everything's already being built. Which is interesting. It's not really a problem so much as it is an interesting thing. Alright, so I think we start building up in Lothern again if we can. Let's go ahead and check. Still the indolent one. So I'm thinking maybe I was just wrong about it. Maybe there's only a 10% increase to range that you can get. Exemplar is really bad. I'm not going to bother with that one. So yeah, I might have been wrong. Maybe I should have just taken the one that had the earlier thing that I had seen. So this is also potentially something I just take instead, but let's just go around here first. Alright, so there's actually another treasure over here, so I'm going to grab that first, and then head off to this one. Not sure if this is going to be the last one, but it's pretty good to get all these. Better in campaign. Treasure, a bit of favorable winds for a bit of extra campaign movement range. Continually getting those like campaign movement range bonuses is pretty good. So... yeah, what we're really hoping for here is that these guys decide, it's like, let's go ahead and just move over to do something, and hopefully I'll be able to ambush them or something. Alright, let's just get up to there. Might want to deal with, nah, it's too late anyway. But I was considering doing a stopover and harassing Nagaroth on the way, but I think actually if I'm doing this, I need to move up a bit. So, probably want to go into the forest here, and then hit ambush stance. So it increases our chance of not being spotted, although they have got an agent nearby, so it is possible they'll spot me anyway. but I kind of just need to intercept them and clip them a little bit as they go across the gap here. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to do the hard thing and actually attack them, which is going to be ridiculously hard. The other option I do is I send my army across here and let them attack me with the combined force of the guy in Vale there. Looks like they're not actually willing to attack me again, though. Ambush foiled, though, so yeah, I'd have to go back in ambush stance and see if I can get that going there. Looks like Nagaroth is in a bad state. They probably are not long for this world. Vresi, I've never seen a Vresi last this long. Like, I'm actually seriously impressed by this. Kathik as well, like, they're still alive on one little island here, holding out. Haha, failed. Stop trying to kill me. Oh, it was a critical failure, too. The chance of killing your own agents actually goes up quite high when you're using, when you're trying to do it against a much higher level agent, and my guy's like level 18 or something like that, or 17. So... okay, I think I'm gonna just have to probably assault Averlorn there. I don't really want to, but I think that just is what we're going to have to do here. Alright, Pirates of Sartosa getting chased off there. I'm wondering if they're, like, running into some armies or something, because their stacks keep getting smaller. I don't really know what's going on there. Well, either way. Scaling, they've usually got long turns here. Oh, shit. They're heading towards Angariel. Angariel's actually going to be pretty hard to defend for me. Yeah, ambush foiled. Just because I don't really have a whole lot of stuff over there. Sea legs, so we've got faster movement for our new general here, which is pretty nice. Alright, let's get to here. Just ending your turn on the sea gives you eventually things like that, so... ooh. Ooh. Wow. Okay. That's pretty good. Alright. So I think we just send her home by dismissing this army. You can actually send her home manually, especially if I plan on using this as my new general. And this would not be a terrible general, like I said, but I think I want her to be a leader of elites. Actually, let's go for this. If it turns out I can get another general, I've got so much money that even if I'm paying upkeep for 3 armies, I'm going to be okay. Okay, still punitive. I might just take it this turn, honestly. Exemplar. I don't know, I really want that range boost, but I'm starting to think that that only comes in the plus 10% variety instead of what I thought it did. Okay, so Angariel is actually a pretty weak city. It's got pretty decent amounts of archers and it's got a noble, so that helps out quite a lot, but it's not exactly a tough city or anything like that. And if they head instead over to something like Port Elistor, then I'm going to be really pissed off, but this does put me on a timeline.
Ever vigilant.
So all my units, though, are fully healed at this point in time, so that helps out tremendously. They've got a 20 out of 20 stack here, and they've got the garrison being quite significant.
Protector of the
Right, so what I'm going to do is probably actually attack them, and the reason is that they don't necessarily have all that many ranged troops, and archers are, like, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... archers there, and then they've got like the Lothran Sea Guard here, which is like 4 units worth. That's actually pretty deadly.
Ulf-One's defender.
It's not going to be an easy sell here. Alright, let's check out how many more turns this is going to be. It's going to be 6 more turns before I can do that. Okay, well... let's go ahead and hit ambush stance here. I'm going to have to settle for a different general. We're going to have them built up in the Tower of Lycian. And, like, this is not actually a terrible thing since I've got enough influence to get 2 generals, so if the better one comes up later, I can actually still get them as well. So you can see that this has a pretty profound increase on my army upkeep. It goes up to 30%, so kind of sucks, but let's go ahead and grab one of you and one more of you. Alright. Around Calidor's Repose, we can get that upgraded. Get this upgraded. Okay. So they will probably have to spend a turn in siege around Angariel, so I don't have to worry about them that badly. Hopefully I don't get thwarted there again. And we can go ahead and head this guy over to Tor Anlek. Start securing some more influence.
Breeding will out.
There we go. Especially important now since I am spending it, so. Alright, so Punitive is actually still pretty strong if you're willing to have like more archers rather than just all Lothran Seaguard, but this should be fine. The other nice thing about this is that Tower of Lycian is actually super vulnerable, so if these guys attack there, these guys have to be there to defend, so. The other place they could potentially attack to is all the way to the Shrine of Azurian. But the Shrine of Azurian, of course, has a really strong garrison already with all those Phoenix Guards, so it's pretty much unkillable by these guys. Alright, we get the ambush, I think. Did they defend against it? We did get the ambush. Okay, so that works out perfectly. I'm wondering if I should auto-resolve this one. Because I do need a decent amount of troops left over, but auto-resolve actually works well when you're up against war machines, so I think that's better for us to try that. Alright, and then we replenish. Yeah, that army got practically wiped out, and importantly... Oh, they might be able to get back into the garrison, though. But there are two armies, actually, here. They didn't get back into the garrison. They didn't get back into the base. I can actually wipe this up pretty easily now. Okay, perfect. Alright. So the Scourge of Cain is probably going to declare war on me fairly soon here, just because I keep, I'm going to keep harassing them with our agent. Oh, we killed their mage in battle, that's nice. And we got the Dragon Horn. That'll be something I want to toss on my other general probably, because that is a really good archer one, especially when I've already got that bonus to, from Punitive. What are these guys doing? I do not understand this. They're just like, let's sail over to here. We got 3 stacks now, so we can sail all 3 of our stacks into this zone of death. And then they're like, oh no, I think that was a bad idea, and they turn around. I'm wondering if they're like seeing something out here and then just like going back and forth because of it. I don't know. Seems stupid. Alright, so hopefully I can get across that gap. Sometimes there's this thing where like standing there stops them from stops you from being able to properly deal with them. Alright, so they're raiding. Okay, that's perfect. That gives me time to sort of build up my army here. You can sort of raid to his heart's content for all I care. I can afford to stand over here and then retreat if I need to, but let's just check his, Actually, no, let's not stand here, because if he attacks me, I'm gonna be in a slightly annoyed position there. Alright. Because, I would lose the recruitment sort of thing, so let's get 3 more of them. Actually, I can get 4 at a time, so might as well get 4 of them. I might want 1 unit of archers, but I think for now we just go with Lothran Seaguard with shields here. Now, we're going to eventually want to move the minus 10% upkeep over to her. In fact, I might want to even do that now. Like, I understand that I also kind of want to have the... Yes, I do. So the reason I'm doing this is because her units are much more expensive than Tyrion's, so this is a little bit of a sort of strong choice here. Alright, let's upgrade something that's not near the line of fire there. So we'll upgrade Shadow Peak. It'll get us to level 3 with the stuff there. And we can go ahead and grab up something like, say, the Elven Craftsman, just for that extra money. That. Tyrion here, level 20, so we've got extra arrows available. Bowmaster. Just get that maxed out, and then we can eventually get into the really nice stuff here. So I'm going to have to figure out what I want for his enchanted item now that I've gotten rid of the upkeep reduction, which, you know, we could give him something like the Talisman of Loic, which would make him pretty good dueling. But I could also go with the Dragon Horn, which is kind of a funny ability to have. It's just not really particularly his thing. I think we can just go without in that slot for a little while. It doesn't really matter that much. Alright. So can I make it across here and fight their crap? Yes, I can.
Heir
Okay.
of an Aryan.
So,
Alario.
get across there and get into a bit of a fight here. So this one's actually going to be kind of interesting, possibly, because they've got like these 3 Ilmar chariots. We'll get a chance to see what they're like in battle. So I will see you guys on the battlefield for this one, rather than auto-resolving. Alright, so here we are. We've got... I don't actually know who that's going to be, and I'm not entirely sure which one that's going to be. So let's just deploy somewhere like around here-ish, I guess. We do want to have our Eagle Claw in starting position where it can fire away at the enemy once they sort of lose their one single bolt thrower. Things are going to be a little bit easier, but it's going to be annoying for me to even try to kill their one bolt thrower. Our own archers can be sort of like that. That's fine. Our own spear line is kind of dinged up, honestly, but should be okay. Yeah, so we're going to have a little bit of shuffling around to get ourselves at the right angle here, I think. But, yeah, I'm not necessarily sure if I'm going to be able to reach where they started off their troops, but... Of course, I can't even actually see them. Well, crap. Alright. Oh, no, they're there. I guess we try to take out their bolt thrower if we can. Nope, lost sight of it. Alright, taking out their archers, I guess. When dealing with chariots, sometimes it's better to have your archers off of this, because otherwise they'll just sort of get screwed over when they drag through all your units there. Oh, looks like that one can fire. Okay. Yeah, so that actually is their larger army. I was hoping that that would be the case there. Ow.
Heir of an Aryan. Moving out. Happy to serve.
I think we send this guy out to here since they've already got their archers engaged on stuff.
Heir of an Aryan.
Okay, so apparently Ithilmar chariots get absolutely wrecked by mass archer fire, but I kind of suspect that's not normally the case. It's just that, you know, that one ran out in front and got completely wrecked. Now these ones are going to run out in front and get completely wrecked, it looks like. They have got quite a lot of them, and they are actually fairly armored, though. Sunfang is going to be kind of useless here, but...
Agreed.
Just kill one unit of spearmen there. Spear elves, rather. Fortunately, these things aren't very good at killing single targets either, so... That's not good. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out of here with this guy. Alright, their general's dead. So my goddamn Phoenix here, I think, is stuck. Might just be a little bit screwed there. Probably need to get out just a little bit earlier there. Yeah, this is what I was saying. They just sort of click and drag through your stuff here. Get one of my archers on that. Alright. So if we can get Tyrion in there and get them in range of our archers, we should be able to start hammering them with that. Start firing at these white lions. It's actually a fairly important target. Alright. So this should give me the clout I need to get the hell out of here. God damn it. Oh, there they go into my eagle's claw. Oh, that's annoying. Alright. Get this bird over there. That bolt thrower back there is still alive.
It shall be done.
Alright, grab onto those bolt throwers again. Alright, so the spearmen mixed with the turkey here should actually be a bit of a better shot here. Let's go after those guys. Maybe get Tyrion a bit further back here. Alright, so we're not on these goddamn machines again. Alright. Yeah, no, I need to get Tyrion back because he's fighting people with great weapons now. Well, I don't think I can get back here.
We will obey. For off one. We have bloodied them. Apace, as you say.
Oh, damn it. Alright. Can't get those guys. Can't get these guys, really.
Advance.
Need to get him out of here, though.
Moving out. Going forth.
Alright, so those guys should be gone.
Eager for battle. Striking forth.
Relatively speaking here.
It will be done. Weapons ready. Champion.
There we go. Oops. Okay, that was too much lead. I thought that would have a bit more charge up time. Alright.
Orders received.
Alright.
Sword of the Assur.
So I do need to get that noble there. You know, those Illimar chariots are actually pretty brutal. The silver helms are actually quite durable there as well.
Eagle claw.
Alright. Wiped out that. Let's do a strafing run over these guys here if we can. Running out of arrows. That's lovely.
Eagle claw.
Damn it. Okay. Oh, that's a bad strafing run. I think one of my units is pretty much out of the fight there. Oops. Not there. Alright. Go after you.
Spearman.
Holy shit, they aren't actually broken there.
Heir of Anarion.
Alright. Well, all my units pretty much are out of ammunition here, but
Assur willing.
that's fine. I don't actually want to kill this general, because I might be able to do another hit against the garrison if I leave her alive. Alright, so with all my units out of ammunition, though, like, just sort of firing away here is probably our best call. Nope. Wonder if I clip my own unit with that.
Will weaken them from afar.
Don't think I'll get very many shots off here, though, and especially not very good shots. Oh shit, I think it's on single fire.
Eagle claw. Our units patrol the skies.
Ah, damn it. Alright. Well, I think we can just hit end battle here. It should be fine. Yeah, one good shot. Alright. There we go. Alright, so once again, we probably need to replenish our ranks, but that's only 3%. That's a tiny amount, so let's check how much money. Alright, so it's also a tiny amount of money, so let's just get the 3%, I guess. Alright, so
my queen.
yeah, we've got, it looks like, another chance at hitting these people without actually having to do anything here. So let's go ahead and grab up our army. Do this here, Bowmaster again, especially because we're running out of ammunition in these fights. Alright, let's go do it. Should be, again, fairly simple here, but you know, let's just get this one done on the field. I've got too many units that are on the cusp of death sort of thing, so I'll get back to you guys once we finish this fight. Alright, and more easy stuff done and done, or whatever. Can get another 3% back. We will actually do that again.
A glorious victory.
Alright, Dragon Helm, that's pretty useless. Anyway, if I could actually get to there
Shield against the darkness.
and fight that, looks like that's outside of the reach of Guy and Vale, though, so that wouldn't really be useful. Okay. What's their garrison down to at this point in time? Apparently it's empty. Perfect. Let's go ahead and take it. Ta-da! And there we go, an easy colonization. I would have made a lot of money off that, but I don't really want to work on that. Anyway, yeah, Guy and Vale. Managed to take it. We managed to get a Tower of Hoeth out of this deal for some goddamn reason. Interesting. We'll grab that. We'll demolish this because I don't really need it. And that army will suicide itself into me at this point in time. Excellent. Hero up here. Let's go ahead and steal stuff from Tor Enlek. Alright, perfect. Almost have immortality, which is going to be pretty good for us here. Next up, probably want Weapon Master. Make it so that he can fight a little bit once I attach him, or find it necessary to attach him, or whatever the hell. Rebuild Lost Splendor, and we're good. Alright, perfect. That worked out, interestingly. Other than that, though, what's going on over here? Alright, I've already got that coming. I'm losing a lot of money from this guy, 422, but I guess it doesn't really matter, honestly, at this point, considering how much money I'm making. Looks like I can also get military advancements too, so I'm going to skip cartridge ammunition, screw that thing, and just get military advancements too instead. We still have a general, like, wandering around out here, don't we? Alright. Grab that. Kind of definitely not worth it going all the way over there. Probably get the Dark Elves to declare war on me. I think that's Dark Elf territory. Can never remember quite for sure. Anyway, unassigned skill points on somebody here. Oh yeah, on Tyrion. More arrows. Yeah, I can't remember how much more I need before I can get rally here. Yeah, it looks like I need to have 5, so 1 more skill in this group here. So, probably want to go with the combined elites. Melee defense for all the sorts of units that I've got there. And plus speed for Illyrian Reavers and Silver Helms. And Silver Helms are something that this army could actually do with a couple of later on. Not really right now, but later on. Anyway, I think that's about all we can do right now. All I really feel is super relevant. I'm going to start sucking up, though, to Illyrian. I'm going to try and confederate with them. They're just too big right now. Unite the houses, get plus 15 there. That's fine. Might be able to get non-aggression pact as well with these guys. Also, these guys control a bunch of gates, so it's really actually quite annoying to try and take them out right now. I wonder if I can confederate with these guys right now.
Will be a welcome distraction.
Nah. Alright, Vresi, how are they doing?
You need me? Well-chosen words and fine wine.
Yeah, can't confederate with these guys either. You need like 200 practically before you can confederate with anybody in this game. Anyway, what have we got here? Dragon Armor, enact the ritual, engage the rogues, it's lost fragments. So, I'm not getting the Shrine of Cain within the next X number of turns, that's just not happening. So I guess we just continue on with life. Alright. More population surpluses, that's pretty good. Alright, and Avalorn will just run into Tyrion and die. Or siege the place by herself. Okay, interesting. Well, that's going to be a little bit annoying since that's going to interrupt all the stuff I want to build there, but whatever. It's not a huge deal. Alright, so at this point in time, I think that we might want to consolidate our forces and actually do the next ritual, or I might want to actually get an army and send it off to Nagaryth or something like that, because sending an army to Nagaryth gives me the opportunity to have a bunch of places that I don't really have to defend against the chaos bullshit. He's going to ask for like a military alliance, and I'm going to say no, because I don't want to be aligned with people. Apparently it makes it harder to confederate with them, which is a little bit stupid, but it changes the balance of power bar in a way that's not favorable to you. I do think confederating should be a little bit easier to do, because like the penalties for doing so are pretty massive in this game. They're so bad that I'd argue that generally speaking you shouldn't, but when you've got someone that's as big as Illyrian and you just don't want to deal with their shit, it's a little bit easier. I could also send armies straight south and start attacking Greybeard's prospectors. Could be actually pretty easy if I got a very bolt thrower and Lothran Seaguard heavy army, because you can just sort of form up a defensive line and just absolutely trash them with like 5 bolt throwers on the multi-shot thing. Dwarves not necessarily the greatest against that kind of shot. Okay, so these guys will probably attack next turn. If I attack, I'll have 9 units plus 8 in the garrison there. So I could definitely go there and just attack. Oh, hold on a sec. Alright, sorry about that. Anyway, we've got the ability to do the invocation of Assyrian right now, which is kind of a waste, honestly, in some ways. I don't know, let's just check our happiness in some of these provinces, I guess, or something like that. Like, we're capped out here. We're capped out here. Anywhere that's at 100 doesn't really need us to do that. This place would benefit from it a little bit faster. This place would be benefiting from it a little bit. One of the things I also need to do is probably actually head towards Angariel with these guys now. I can't actually reach it from there, so what I have to do is move up here, do another set of recruitment. We're going to do it like this here. We're going to have 2 units of regular old archers here as well. So the only problem here is I don't know if Angariel is going to be able to hold out that long, but like I can't reach them, so I just, you know, whatever. I could force march towards there, but that would probably be a really bad idea. Anyway, go free ourselves out of this death grip here that this person has got us in. If this kills any of my units off, I'm going to be really, really pissed off at this game. It did kill off one of my units. I'm really, really... Hold on a minute. Oh, auto-resolve, I do hate you so very much. Anyway, let's get that over with there. Okay, so that's done, I guess. For sure. That's a pretty crappy weapon. I'm not going to worry about it too much. We are still garrisoned. Perfect. That'll start racking up a bit of health again. Alright, so... like I said, I'm not entirely sure if I really want to enact that right yet, ritual just yet.
Destruction.
It would be useful. Alright, I can get immortality here, so immunity to agent actions, basically. Alright, there we go. And I think that this might be the last treasure that we go for. I could go for... Sword of Strife. I could go all the way up to this one, but I really don't feel like it, and especially because I'd be taking attrition going around there, it looks like. Yeah, from hitting a reef, so I think that we'll just dismiss this army at this point in time. Should be fine. Alright, there we go. And that does decrease the amount of upkeep I'm paying for all of my armies across all of these things, so that should be fine. Research available, okay. Now got access to some pretty interesting stuff here, like Precise Fleshing. This one's actually really, really good. Light Ithalmar armor is also pretty decent, but not super important. I'm going to go with Precise Fleshing for right now, I think. Reduces the upkeep for our primary army, and then Recall Colonists is going to be another good one. So these 2 trees are basically the ones that we kind of want to go for there. Other than that, hopefully we can hold out in Angariel. They might do an attack for this next turn. I'm not seeing a ton of trolls here, so they might not be able to do the really ridiculous kind of assault there. So I might have a little bit of time. Anyway, I think we had a population in Calador as well, but looks like we already... No, I don't. Okay. Damn it. Or maybe I have 1 population surplus. Yeah, I've got 1 population surplus in a couple of these places, but I need a lot more before I can actually do anything with it. Alright, let's go ahead and just check out our diplomacy tab here, I guess. What's Illyrian up to?
Of the Phoenix Crown.
Oh, actually, there's another thing I can do here. I can go ahead and get ourselves a mage. So we'll get one from Evershale here. Gonna go with the Lore of High Magic, that seems fine. Wait, what? Conductor. Overcast spell, Uranon's Thunderbolt upgraded, so this person just has got, for some reason, an extra spell that they're not supposed to be able to have with that lore, which is interesting. Negator, Overcast spell, Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma, and the Enfeebling Foe, both upgraded. So that's really interesting. I'm not really looking for a battle mage, though, right now. I'm just looking for somebody who can help out with some basic stuff here, so I don't even really need local enemy armies. I wonder if you can get agents that have things that help with just basic stuff here. Ooh, I really don't want that. Okay. So yeah, something like dealer would be pretty interesting. Ooh, that one's really nice. So we're probably going to go with the one that's genius, just because I'm not going to be using this one for battle right now. And having plus 10% to your research seems like that would be pretty good for us, all things considered. Especially because this person's mostly going to be used for stealing people's research, so we'll start moving up towards the Phoenix Gate, I think, to steal technology. And that is all well and good. I kind of want to move this army back up to Evershale. Looks like I can make it too, so I might as well. Alright, so yeah, this archive is actually a pretty good building. We'll want it to I'll probably just keep it upgraded all the way up here. It doesn't really make a huge difference as to where that is, because the White Tower of Hoth means that I can't really build it here, and I need it unlocked for text, so it's just as good there as anywhere else, really. Feeling pretty safe around these guys here, so let's just ignore that. Order of the Lore Masters over there doing their thing. Alright, so hopefully these guys haven't finished building their siege weapons. That's kind of the thing that's going to trigger them attacking. As soon as they've got 1 or 2 siege towers, they're going to probably attack. Nagaroth's been destroyed, probably by the Illyrians. Looks like they have indeed got a kingdom that rivals my own, so that's going to be a little bit awkward, but I think I can keep just sucking up to them. Ideally, what will happen is the Cainite faction attacks Vresi, but I could also potentially just bugger off and travel elsewhere, which is what I'm thinking I definitely want to do here. Alright, Gregor Solomon here, just taking some siege, or some attrition damage there. Hopefully he's going to head towards Glittering Tower. I've had them do that on several occasions where they decide that Glittering Tower is a worthwhile attacking target. Especially here where the Scaling are already attacking Gariel. But I'm not too worried about these armies here, even if they're not taking as much attrition as I would like, because one of them the major one popped out of the attrition, but, you know, doesn't really make a huge difference here. Should be able to attack with our Lothern Seaguard force pretty much now, I think, but we'll see if the Scaling attack. Siege lifted. That's extra interesting. Oh, they switched to raiding. That is very strange. I'm not really sure what's going on there. But, with that sort of thing happening... Ooh. Alright, so here we can just get a huge amount of influence. We could confide with that for defensive buildings. We could get a new mage. That would be interesting. I don't think I would get the huge public bonuses there, or the huge bonuses to stats there. Let's go ahead and attempt to reach common ground just for the gigantic influx of influence there. We've got raiding over here, which I've already sort of noted. Okay, so we've got a 13 stack here. They'd be getting attacked by us and the garrison. They did actually have some trolls. So I'm wondering if they'll run from the garrison. Because if they do, this is going to be a little bit awkward, because the fight between my 13 units and their 15 units would not necessarily go in my favor. It would probably be relatively okay. The only problem would be dealing with this unit of Chaos Chariots. I've really got nothing in my composition here that would do that well against it. But I think we can probably still fight these guys. We'll probably want to get back towards Lothern, Straits of Lothern province. Yeah, so that's not ideal. Especially as I don't think I can reach them at this point, but let's just keep chasing after them anyway. Now, the real bad problem is going to be if they head towards Port Elistor, which I think they can reach next turn. Which is kind of why I didn't have it upgraded. But still, that's really kind of crappy. Alright, Guy and Vale here. Let's go ahead and grab up probably just one of these for now. Oops. I've already got monster eggs from one place. I don't really need that, so I do want to eventually get the Court of the Everqueen, but that's at a cap level thing. None of that's really too necessary. Yeah, so I think I just go for the money here. Craftsman there. Let's upgrade Evershale, I think, first, as opposed to Torsarior. Wood's just not that relevant. Isn't really that relevant of a resource. Okay. So I might want to start huffing over towards Port Ellistor here. What I could also probably do is force march these guys towards... Well, actually no, I'm outside of Angariel. No, I'm not outside of Angariel's reinforcement range. So yeah, what I might want to do is just force march up to here. I'll start exhausted, but this does mean that I will be able to fight these guys on much better terms. I still don't think I really need any of these. I probably could have done this actually earlier, but I don't really need experience that badly. I'll wait till next turn actually and then do this because it'll give me the extra experience gain for mages. So let's see here, immune to attrition. Still don't need that. Okay. Did I actually have the ability to get a lore master yet? Also, I should probably just check this here, but we've got Indolent, Exemplar, yeah, Resilient, and Ardent. What did Ardent do? Crap, this is the one that I wanted. Okay, we're recruiting you, and, oops, shit. Alright, well, hold on a sec, I'm just gonna go back and do something here. Sorry, got a little overexcited there. I had to actually recruit this down here, because this is the army that I'm going to be putting this one with the Lothran Seaguard here. Anyway, I still do want to actually have this army set up over here. The only problem is I don't have any real recruitment ability in this province, so it's fine for me to force march here. Does mean that I could get stuck in a situation where I get screwed over by that, but pretty sure I should be able to win in a sort of match against us, so pretty much okay there. Alright, for this guy, we kind of got all the support abilities I'm really going to need. The trade one's just not really that useful, so I'm not going to worry about it. Let's just make this guy really good at surviving, I guess. Probably the better choice here. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and get that. Right, settlement upgrades available. Forgot this redoes that, damn it. And money. There we go. Okay, and we're getting pretty close to the point where I would actually want to do the Vortex Ritual. Alright, our kick up towards 30% upkeep is kind of painful, but that's fine. Maybe we'll do this next turn or so, just for the influence trickle. I don't really know if it's that necessary. Alright. So I'll probably get a good field battle against the forces of Chaos there. Oh yeah, this guy's going to head back up towards Phoenix Gate. This turn I should actually activate the Rite of Hoeth, though, because it'll get this guy level ups really, really, really quickly. The only problem is that I have to really avoid assassinations up to the point of kind of safe scumming a lot, because they'll probably just kill him right away with the stupid agent over there, although that looks like a sorceress. They're not great at assassinations. They can't kill him either, so I guess it's not that bad. They're stealing technology from everybody, geez. It's kind of a very basic type of steal technology. All it does is increase the percent research rate and decreases the target's percent research rate, so it doesn't really do a whole lot there. At least, that wasn't mine, so that's fine. Does mean that this person is becoming better at assassinating people, though, so the higher level's a bit of a downer. I could assassinate that person instead of doing other things. Oh, here comes the actual big stack for these guys. Doesn't quite make to land, so they're going to take a bunch of damage, which is pretty okay by me. Heading towards Angariel, because of course they are. I really need to get my armies here ready for... Or I need to get Angariel walled up here, I think. Liking the fact that their big stack, though, is going to take a bit of damage here before it's going to make landfall. What I may have to do is bring back Tyrion's army, though. Yeah, so they're going to attack me here. Alright, so I will see you guys on the battlefield. This one shouldn't be too bad. They're pretty squishy against arrows other than this one target here. So as long as I can sort of keep a tight formation, stop them from breaking through my flanks too badly or anything like that, I should be fine. Alright, so a bit of a finale for this episode, I think, is just going to be this fight here. So we're going to set up in the same way that we usually do. Unfortunately, I don't have the general that I really wanted to switch to, but this is actually still pretty much okay. We'll be able to switch generals next turn. Although I could potentially just use both of these generals. Now, the good thing actually about this general is that this one is better against things like these chariots and these big meat sack kind of units that Chaos tends to field. So we're actually not that bad off here without having that change. And I don't have to out-skirmish anything. The one that gives you plus range is actually just really, really good if you're playing against other High Elves, for example, or if you're up against Dark Elves. So, there we go. Alright. So we have got some of our units turned to these flanks here, and that's just because I know that they're going to try and get around them with the chariots a little bit there. Just lock it like that. Alright. Let's just switch this around this way here. Who are you guys? Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes. Okay, so I want to be on single shot until they get in range with the infantry. But, taking a couple shots at these Marauder... Oh. Horsemen here. Damn it. Okay, I didn't switch that fast enough. That's fine, though. Looks like we killed one of them, so it's kind of okay. Alright. I think if we hit over here, sort of, we'll be a little bit better. So yeah, this is kind of the problem with fighting these Chaos stacks, is that they've got tons of units with lots and lots of hit points, so it's pretty easy for them to survive these kinds of hits. But, Princess over here should be able to do fine. Got a couple of these units on the flanks that are going to be pretty good against these kinds of Marauders with the Marauders, as it were. I think I have to rotate these guys a bit more to the side here. Sort of turning this into a box as we go. Actually, let's rotate you guys this way. I don't know where their chariots are. This is a little bit of a problem.
It will be done. We'll be back. As you say.
There they are. I'm going to start firing these guys at the chariots, actually. Alright, and out come a whole bunch of crappy units from the middle of the woods there. Looks like they're sort of trying to get around my flank still. Alright. Let's go ahead and switch these guys over that way. That's fine. It's going largely okay.
Swiftly.
Archers, for duty.
Alright, and we can bring these units around this way.
Asturian guides us.
Oh, was not paying attention to that. Let's get enfilade and fire going in on these guys here rather than getting into melee.
Archers, without question.
These trolls are kind of getting chased off here, which is nice. Let's go ahead and switch you guys to melee mode and fight off these hounds a little bit more efficiently here. Those trolls keep getting scared off, but they keep coming back, just because that regen is actually quite powerful. Alright, I think they flubbed their charge there a little bit anyway. Alright. Victory is in our grasp, indeed. This one unit of Lothran Seaguard got pretty pounded, but they sort of just mashed every single unit they had into it, so... Alright. Now, I've got significantly worse opportunities for running down units like generals and stuff like that, but... let's just try and do what we can here. Oh. See if we can't kill this thing, though.
Kill them.
Princess of Althwan, by your will, seal.
Alright, looks like we're just gonna have to finish this battle off here. Took quite a few losses, but you know, I was a smaller army there, so not too surprised. Anyway, I'll see you guys back on the... actually, no, we'll call this an episode here. Hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.